Ken here, Ken's Hobbies. Welcome to my channel. I'll just give you a few brief updates that I did not bother videotaping. Okay, another short little video here. Got a major one coming up, so do want to stay tuned for that one. It'll be on the old sun deck. Meanwhile, I did get my old camera working again here. Figured the issue out with it. Start recording now. It should be recording and saving what it's got. There's our light telling it's recording.
Yeah, so you can hear your voice on it too then.
Okay, and that should be going on to the card.
How long do you have to wait? You gotta wait till the
You
red
don't
button
have,
stops beeping?
no, just need a restarting.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Okay, now we're going to plug that in. And we should have 2 files on that card now. Well, it looks like I've found a card that'll work in this camera. I'll be dipped. I haven't got a message yet. That's a good sign. Oh, I think I just found my problem. My Sony adapter here is what the problem was. This adapter. Oh, maybe I don't have to get a new card. We're going to give this a try and see what the results are. It's looking like it's working the way it should work. Okay, that in mind. I'll show you what the problem I found with my SD card for the camera. This was the card that I found the camera did work on. So when I found that it worked when I put this card in, got me to looking deeper into it. The card I had was a mini one, and I have 2 of these adapters. They're the ones with the wide pins on the back side of it. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to focus it here. I have to guess this out. Anyway, you insert the mini one in here and then in. When I put the mini card in this, which is my Sony chip, I get the message invalid card, SD card. So I found my other adapter exactly the same as this, but a different brand. I took the chip out of this and I put it in that. Lo and behold, it's working, which sure beats the heck out of this one at only 256 meg, which just about made it impossible to do a proper video, because only given 1 minute of viewing or filming, I should say. That was the issue. The only thing I wish this had was that I could see what I was taking without having to go to the back of the camera to have a view when I'm in front and doing things, because I don't know if it's coming or not until I go to edit them. So we'll see how this goes. I cut the little stem off the end here from my planer, turned it around because it was wider on the base here, and I secured it down here. I just used screws here on the ends to hold it down, because I'm trying to find my two plates that drop on here. So that's done. Another item here, some bits and pieces for a deadbolt for the new shed that I built back there. I want to get a deadbolt, and I don't want to put the cost of a new one, especially when I have one with a key. But I had to modify it, so I did again. I tried doing some video on this. I had to build the shaft inside here from a flat smooth plate into a square plate at one peak to flip the what do you call this section here. The arm comes out. I can't get 100% success on it without doing a certain position. So I think with building it up, shifts it over and don't allow it to come all the way out, but it does come far enough to actually give me a lock. Unfortunately, that video didn't turn out, so I had to scrap it. So that's why I didn't put it on, because it didn't turn out. I missed the item altogether. Further updates that I had to do was I had to my webcam for the boat, one that my last video was on, it didn't fail to work on me, so I had to put a new cable in to update it. And there's my security camera for the boat here. If you remember me saying and lining up my camera, where's my mouse? Right there. So that's what I was after. So now I got 100% view of what's going on under the covers there, and you can clearly see 100% of the boat. Under the dash there, I got my life jackets, I got radio equipment, I got the sonar, which I've got a lot of them out right at this moment, but when they're in there, I don't feel like taking them out all the time, so this way now I can keep a closer eye on them. Let's see, what other updates? There's all the cameras. I got a good one here. This port here is my camera behind the shop here. I can take this one now, put it in this, and it works. Or no, if I reverse these two, the camera that's supposed to be on here works on this port. And this one, putting on this port, gives me the same thing there. Invalid camera specifications. Switch them back around, I switched them with these two, I got the same thing on this port. Invalid camera settings. Switch this one, those two, and this one here is my old camera. Now if it works in this one, why doesn't it want to work on this one? Same with this. If it's working on this one, why doesn't it work on this? Likewise, my newest, why doesn't it work on this? So I phoned Lorex over that. Well, they were supposed to send me an email. I'm still waiting for that email for the DVR, because to me, my diagnosis and with what I just said tells me that the port itself on the DVR is got a problem with it. And I never did get the report. Then I get an email this morning saying case closed. So that doesn't make me very happy. Well, I update on the last bit here to the results. How do I start this? I phoned Lorax up and started chatting with the support team, and we went through it together. And results, when I explained about this camera, that being my old one, and showing them how it worked, but it wouldn't work when I moved it over to the other port. We're going to call them port 1 to 8, so we'll say that was port 6. And we scratched and gnawed a little bit. She asked me for a few of the specs. I read them to her. And then she asked me, well, what make is your old camera? So when I told her it was a Swan, she says, oh, okay, that is the issue. Apparently the Swan is a low resolution and it won't work with the new system. I said, well, why is it working on port 5 but not on port 6? She says, well, it's a mismatch and it'll knock one of the ports out. I says, oh, okay. So she says to update, replace it with one of the newer cameras. So meanwhile, I have replaced that camera and put the Lorax camera in place of the Swan, and lo and behold, got all 8 working now. So the only reason I wanted to keep that one particular old one there is from that view that I showed you. It was a narrower gap, whereas the Lorax is more a wide angle. So I got now more of the neighbor's yard to the south side of me, which is what I was wanting to really eliminate. So what I did, I turned the camera as far into the house as possible to eliminate the neighbor's yard, the majority of it, because he's got all an Lorax system on every angle of his property there. And when he's not there 90% of the time, well, I just basically cover that old shed of that white one that is in the back of his yard next to my boathouse there, is on his side. So my camera covers that shed, and his camera covers the rest of his backyard. So I don't need the rest of his backyard with mine. So now I only half the video is, what do you call it, where you only take, like, would take your hand and, oh, how the heck to do this with, there, let's try this. That ain't going to work either, or maybe it will. So about that much shows as me. Oh, there we are. Close enough. That's about what I have for a view of my old camera or position. And the new has got that much more wall, so it's about half the size. of the video, but I've learned, I can accept that. So be it. There's more wall of the south of the house than I'd rather have that than the neighbor's backyard. Coming around to the shop side, there's my pegboard that I would like to get up over the bed so I can start hanging there and tidying the shop up a little bit. There's my old floor jack, and I'm figuring a way how to make it into a lift, which I don't, might be possible and might not be possible. I'm going to experiment this summer. Another update I gotta do, the arc welder here in the corner, I gotta finish wiring it up so that I can switch breakers around when I need to use this one in heavy duty welding. I had a problem with these doors here, so I'd like to put a complete new overhead door in here. But that all costs money, and that's something I don't have right at the moment. I still got all that stuff in those boxes are from my parents' estate that I still haven't finished going through. So, as you can see, oh, and another thing, I gotta repaint that car of mine. Oh, leave the door open so spread the heat there. It's a nice thing about summertime. I got the car outside right now. I'm hoping to rain so I can wash some of that winter salt off. I gotta finish timing this boat engine so it's ready to go back in the boat once I get the boat fixed up. So there's no shortages of projects that I got. Another major project I got to do is the sun deck, and I think I'm going to be putting that priority number 1 to get that sun deck redone. I'll see if I can get it if it's I don't think it's too dark to get a good shot. But I got one pillar that the joists were both on the side. Supposing this was your pillar holding the deck. Well, instead of putting it on top like this, the person that built this deck built it wrong, and he put it on the side here. So what's happening is those have broke off now. There's nails or screws, whatever he used, and the pillar's coming through the top deck, so that sun deck has to be redone properly. I don't know how good I can get myself, but last thing I'd like to say is I am very disappointed since the beginning of this year with the last few videos that I have posted. The amount of views that I am getting versus subscribers. At the rate it's going, I'll never reach that 500 subscribe goal unless more start subscribing. And I would like to get this, make this work for me. When you're on a pension income, you gotta do something to get a little extra. If you notice, I got my old said goodbye to the winter beard and the haircut. My ex cut my hair for me, so got my summer haircut done for the year. So once again, I would appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button down below. Do subscribe, do like, and do comment, because it's leaving me in the dark without comments coming in, and it's a lot of work by the time I do my own filming, editing, and posting. If I don't start getting the subscribers and the views, I'm not going to bother. And that's why I give you a little update in this video as to what I do have coming up this summer. January started off just to give you content. Is why I did 2 of my older videos that I had from earlier days. My son's helicopter ride when he was a young one, and a little bit, what else was it? Oh, a music video that I put together, which took me a full day making that video on a deck of cards. So, like I said, not very happy about the views and results of my hard work. That tells me in itself that my videos are terrible. Also, because I'm a Canadian, I get the feeling, and I've got a couple other Canadian channels that I've been watching, and they too do not get the views like Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Vice Grip Garage, Fab Rats, Robbie Layton. I can go on and on and on with the list of names of channels I watch, and when I look at the subscribers on that, I'm beginning to wonder, don't we Canadians count too? I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I'm feeling. Anyhow, I'm going to say adios for now.